Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people, we just got some new information regarding Black Ops 6 Zombies update, and finally, we now have information about Double Tap. So let's go through some of this content together. Starting with the map, Shadowed Vale. You guys know about this. It is a remaked mansion of the house. It kind of looks like the one that was in the campaign, which is super cool. Looks like we're going to have some open areas to run around, but it also looks like we have some tight corridors with stairs. We also have a new wonder weapon, which is going to be the Wonder Waff. And so I wanted to go through real fast and just talk about specifically Double Tap. So if we scroll down in the page here, you can see additional perk, Double Tap. Now let's go through the augments. It says Double Tap, the classic rapid fire perk, returns for the first time in nearly a decade, increasing your weapon's fire rate to chew through enemy hordes in record time. Research the iconic perk for more powerful enhancements like even faster fire rate and chance to inflict double damage. Now the machine is super cool. In the trailer, when they go and buy the perk from the machine, it ends up opening up and there's a cowboy clown in here that shoots a whole bunch of shots. So I bet you just like Mule Kick back in Cold War, it'll probably kill zombies if anything's in front of it. But yeah, let's go through some of these augments here. So you can see Black Ops 6 Zombies, major augments. We have double jeopardy, double impact, double standard. Let's read the major augments first. So double jeopardy, normal zombies at low health have a chance to die immediately when shot. It seems okay. I think here's what the thought process about this, right? If a zombie's already at low health and you're shooting it, chances are the next shot's gonna kill it anyway, so that almost seems like a waste of a slot in my mind. However, I can imagine if you're doing some higher round content, right, and you're like on round 36 to 50, somewhere in that range, if a zombie's at low health and you're rocking a gun, even triple pack gold is not going to do it for you. Your damage drop off is going to be quite significant, so that might be something to rock in the high round strategies. Let's move on to double impact. Double impact. Double hits on the same target in quick succession deal more damage. Now, double impact in my mind sounds like this is going to be pretty good. If you're rocking a PPSH, any SMG in that matter, I think this would just shred. It's going to tear down opponents quickly. Anything with a faster fire rate, which I heard this augment can do as well. So I'm thinking the SOG. I'm thinking not the Tonto, but the Tonto is a decent rate of fire. It's just not fast enough. I'm thinking bullet sprayers, right? Things that are going to run through ammo quick. KSV is going to be fantastic for this. The Jackal would probably be really good for this. Any AR that is full auto is probably going to be pretty good for this. Moving on to double standard. All non-critical shots do double damage. Only applies to normal bullet weapons. Okay, so that's interesting, right? So I'm thinking like not rocket launchers, not wonder weapons, that kind of thing. But all body shots do double damage. Seems good. However, if you're playing zombies, most of the time you're aiming for headshots anyways. So this perk rewards a less skilled hand. I could see this being a fantastic perk to actually run in on the Easter egg for the tomb, because non-critical shots will deal double damage, and then there's a chance for a non-critical shot to be a crit shot with death perception. So anything boss fight wise, which, you know, when they do that, kind of like they did in death perception, that was the perk that helped you overcome the boss fight. I'm wondering if we're going to get a very similar boss fight in this map where you're going to need to hit non-critical shots. So double standard combined with depth perception is going to be the way to beat the Easter egg. Maybe? I don't know, right? So let's take a look at the minor augments now. We have double time, double or nothing, and double play. I love how everything is double for double tap root beer. The can looks fantastic. Definitely going to need to buy one of them. Okay, so the first one is double time. Increases fire rate bonus. A flat improvement. That's awesome. At least the way that I'm reading this right now is there's some negatives that come up, right? But for this one, double impact being quick succession with increased rate of fire rate, I think this is going to be the combo. Double impact, double time. Next one, double or nothing. Weapons have a chance to do double damage, but also have a chance to do 0 damage. Now, for a perk, I'm going to go ahead and say that I would never run this. Now, I'm going to test it. Don't get me wrong. When the map comes out on April 2nd, I will test this and see if it's actually worth anything. But unless you're using a weapon with an extremely fast rate of fire, this could crush you. And chance is a terrible word, because if you notice, death perception has a chance to hit a crit on a non-crit shot. That chance is really low. If this chance on double or nothing is anything like death perception's chance, I don't think I want it too much. And then we're going to move on to the next one, double play. Killing 2 enemies in quick succession has a chance to return 2 rounds to the magazine. Only applies to normal bullet weapons. This is kind of wild. So double play is almost like a vulture raid. It keeps you in the fight with ammo. Now, there are some guns, for example, the fast rate of fire ones that we've been testing out, SMGs typically, that could really benefit from having increased ammo capacities, being one of them, but also having a benefit from sustainable ammo improvements. And this is definitely a perk that you could grab that would keep you in it for the long haul. I actually really like this perk. I think this is a great minor augment. And I'll be curious to see double time or double play, which one works out. Because sometimes you get guns that don't have ammo problems and could benefit from an increase in fire rate. But at the same time, ammo, if you don't have manglers and you don't have dog rounds, is tricky. And this double play is a fantastic way, in tandem with Vulture Aid and the ammo perks that it provides, to make sure that not only your wonder weapon, but your primary weapon is capped out with ammo. You're not going to run into that war of attrition. So yeah, very, very neat perk. I do love double impact. I think that's going to be the one I go for all the time. It seems like that's what dead or double tap was meant to be. But what I'm curious to know about is, these are the augments. What does the actual perks flat thing do? So if we go through here, I'm just going to scroll up a little bit right here. The classic returns, chew through enemy hordes. It doesn't say. Those are the, okay. Let's see. Double tap is available on Shattered Veil along with the other previously accessible zombie perks. Note that some of these Perk-a-Colas are only available in the Wonder Fizz machine. Yeah, we kind of figured that one out. And then Double Tap is available on Tomb, Citadel, and Terminus via the double. Yeah, we knew that too. So it's not going to tell us what it does on its own. Maybe I'll try to find that out somewhere, but that will be interesting, right? Because just like any other perk, right? Elemental Pop does something, and then it has its augments. I want to know what Double Tap just does. Moving on to the Gobblegums. Enjoy 3 new Gobblegums across all maps once acquired and equipped in your Gobblegum loadout packet. It looks like we have a blue, rare, we have a legendary, and we have a whimsical. Now, the whimsical ones don't really do much in my mind, so I'm just we're gonna read that one and take it with a grain of salt. But let's look at the rare ones, because we get a lot of these. Tactical Diffusion disables the next nuke power-up explosion you activate and gives everyone 2,000 essence instead. Holy crap! Let's go. That is awesome. Not only do you get money for picking up the nuke, but it doesn't clear the round. That is one of my biggest pet peeves with zombies, is when you're playing on multiplayer, everyone picks up a flippin' nuke whenever it's available to them. It's awful. It's absolutely terrible. And it kills all the points that you're going to get for that round. Now, if you have a group of educated individuals that pick up their nukes towards the very end of the round, right? You kill the last zombie, the round is flipping, you pick up your 400 points. Sweet, it's a free 400 points. Now, with this gum, it's kind of awesome because you can pop that, and I'm sure it'll just stay active until you pick up your next nuke power-up. But you're going to be able to pick it up, not only get the 400 points, you get 2,000, and it doesn't trigger, so it's a safety net on those chances, which I hold myself accountable for it too. I have accidentally picked up nukes. It sucks. It's like the worst thing that happens in zombies. So big fan of that one. Support group, legendary. Gobble up this tasty gobble gum to acquire an RCXD, Mangler Cannon, Sentry Gun, and Mutant Injector support items. Yeah. For a legendary, I could care less. The fact that I'm consuming a gobble gum and I get an RCXD, that sucks. Mangler Cannon, okay, could help you get through the Easter egg a little bit faster in Liberty Falls. That's what I'm thinking they're dropping this is, because when they create this gobble gum, they're going to open up an avenue where you can get the wonder weapon a little bit faster, but at the same time, you already have the ability to eat a gobble gum and open up a wonder weapon at the mystery box, so you can get it even faster anyways. So RCXD and Mangler cannons suck, and a sentry gun's okay. The only reason I would ever use this gum is to get the mutant injector, but at the same time, you could probably just wait and craft one. I don't see why you would ever need a mutant injector before you could craft it anyways. Maybe there's a side Easter egg on this new map that's coming out that's going to require you to need a mutant injector or an RCXD or a Mangler cannon. You know, they might have Easter egg steps actually in this new map that one's going to help you out with big time. But other than being favored towards the Easter egg on a map, I don't see this gobblegum being anything worth it. And then we have die-pitched, whimsical. Zombies have high-pitched voices last 3 minutes. Okay. Could be funny. We'll see. Now we have the additional support score streak, Death Machine. It's an available event reward for 1,750 salvage. Okay, so if we're completing a SAM trial or we want to pay to have this thing built, you can get a Death Machine. 1,750 seems pretty expensive in my mind, but it might be good for, again, a boss fight. Taking this thing in with double tap, having the increased fire rate, it probably deals the normal bullet damage that they're talking about, and because it fires so fast, the chance of doing double damage might be insane. I think what you're going to notice here with this perk thing that comes out, this, what do we call it, support score streak, if you will, is that in tandem with Death Perception and double tap, if you go back on Terminus and you go to fight that boss, I bet you this thing shreds through it. I'll bet you, same thing with Citadel. If you're shooting the body armor spots, you got Deadshot, you got, oh, shoot. If we're using Deadshot now, I like to use Dead Again, but I could see a really strong argument to be made for the first one now, which I believe is Dead Break, or what was that first one? It makes it so that all your critical hits are just a little bit stronger rather than the first one being twice as powerful. If you have a boss fight and you're using double tap and you do the one that gives you double damage, the chance to do double damage, the chance to do no damage, but you have a high rate of fire weapon like this, it could shred a boss. And let's see here. New LTM and field upgrade. So these are going to be kind of interesting. Team Cranked also delivers tantalizing rewards for players who can survive past round 50 on each map. Limited time mode is available. That's super cool. Actually, let's read this whole Team Crank thing, because this is a new deal. So, following the awesome collaboration that introduced Cranked to Black Ops 6 in the last season, the high octane mode returns for more in season 3. So we're going to get Team Cranked now. The team focused twist, now crank timers shared across the whole team, and any kill from any team member fills it up. So this is going to benefit the multiple player rather than the solo player. Eliminate a zombie to activate the cranked state, powering up your operator with improved abilities and setting a cooldown timer or a countdown timer that can only be replenished by eliminating more zombies. Now, personally, cranked is like something I don't love because I hate having a timer on zombies. I hated having to jump into a map and knowing that the circle's going to come in like Fortnite and kill me. I just want to play round-based zombies, you know? But I can see how that could be fun under the gun to do something a little bit quicker. So we'll play it. But crank timer starts when the first zombie is eliminated. The timer starts at 30 seconds. Each enemy eliminated replaces the timer to its current maximum. Every round survived causes the maximum timer to be reduced by 1 second. Right there, right? So the absolute highest round you could get, unless they do some kind of silly field upgrade, yeah, the timer stopper that could do it, you could get beyond round 30. But you're limiting yourself. there's no chance you could get to round 40. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I'm sure somebody will figure out a way to do timer stop and timer extend. Let's read these. So time stopper, temporarily pause the cranked timer for all teammates. All operators begin the match with the time stopper field upgrade equipped. Okay, yep, just like the normal thing. Grab a rare power up to add a small amount of to the maximum time allowed. Ah, interesting. Time extended. So if we pick up this power up, which I'm assuming when they say power up represents like a nuke, a max ammo, a double points, you have the ability to stretch your timer. So that's cool. That changes the game right there. Wall buys are disabled, so the mystery box is the source of new weapons in Team Craig. That's the only thing you get is a mystery box. But typically when I run in, I use the gun I walk in with, so that's cool too. Because operators gain increased essence when on crank, you have plenty of chances to spin the box. Yeah, so in the cranked Cowabunga cranked, you got double the points. I'm assuming it's going to be something similar to that. And then this is cool right here. Team Crank also delivers some tantalizing rewards for players who can survive past round 50. So you can get past round 50, and it's a result of this time extended. That's going to be pretty cool. On each map, while the limited time mode is available, a custom selection of 6 gobblegums per map, each containing 1 high rarity and 5 gobblegums of other rarities. 15,000 XP and 75,000 across all maps. That's awesome. Okay, so we've got some new stuff to accomplish here. And then new LTM and field upgrade mid-season, plus your appetite for zombie snacks limited time mode arriving later in the season. Put a chill on the undead using the Frost Blast field upgrade. So we're getting a Frost Blast field upgrade. I'm telling you right now, Frost Blast is not going to be Aether Shroud. So I'm not real too concerned about it. Going through some of the rest of the stuff, looking at the photos here, you can see the can looks awesome. The machine looks awesome. The perk is going to be pretty sweet. And yeah, we're going to have some new ops, some new wonder weapons. I do think that the Wonder Waff is a good weapon. The only problem is it doesn't have a lot of ammo. So it's purely just you train up a ton of people, hit them once, and move on. This is kind of cool. If you guys remember in Buried, the Ray Gun Mark II was a thing, and it was awesome, actually. It did a pretty good job. The 3-shot burst, however, it sounds like this is a little different now. So drop multiple zombies at once with upgraded and modestly unstable Ray Gun Mark II. That's funny. I like that. Recovered from Dark Aether by Project Janus, this powerful laser armament delivers 3-round bursts of energy, can be pack-a-punched, and doubles as a bludgeoning instrument if you're running low on ammo. That's interesting. Okay, what does that mean? Then there are 3 variants. Okay, provided you've redacted blank. Okay, so this is like provided you've done something. This could be like Easter egg. This could be... It could be many things, right? There could be like a side Easter egg to upgrade this thing. Who knows? You can experiment with additional 3 variants of this Ray Gun Mark II. Okay, so Ray Gun Mark II W offers similar bullet patterns to a submachine gun. Oh, so it turns it into a submachine gun. I like that. This is also a random chance to ignite enemies. This is gonna be powerful. Ray Gun Mark II P. Shooting ammunition like a shotgun. Wow. Okay, this is... I think I'm going to do some videos with each type of this. With a chance to spawn a sigil, with the ability to grant invulnerability to the player standing on it for a limited time. So this kind of parks you into a wall a little bit. This is benefiting the hold it down kind of style of player where you're backed into a corner. Maybe... There's going to be some strats for that. Typically, I like to run on the move all the time. So anything with invulnerability by standing still, forget about it. I don't use it. Ray Gun Mark II R. Dropping zombies with a marksman rifle-like discharge. Okay, so this is going to be our heavy hitter. Probably going to be really solid on boss fights. But I'm still looking forward to this W. Expect a chance to spread a plague infection that can inflict area of effect damage. Okay, so this is kind of like brain rot. So it's like a marksman rifle with brain rot. Very cool. Very cool. I like that a lot. I think that is, that's going to be a fun gun to test out. For sure. And, yeah, we're getting a couple new zombie types. You could see, if you remember, these guys were always flying around and, what is it? Oh, jeez. The map, where you're on a building in Cold War. They have the ability to turn zombies, not only like brainwash them a little bit, but they kind of buff them up too. Disciples, that's what they are. So we're getting disciples back. Yep, new enemy sighted, disciple. And then you can see these look like the zombies once they're infected by the disciple. So it's a toxic zombie. I bet you it'll run and blow up and leave behind a damaging pool or something like that. What does this say? As a sickly fog descends across your mansion, expects the inhabitants to take on even more revolting, paler, easily identifiable due to their greenish hue, skeletal exterior. Toxic zombies seem to have lost all of their base. Oh my gosh, permeability functions? I don't know. Permeability functions. Seems intent on sprinting towards their prey before exploding and leaving a pool of acid in their wake. Cool. Very cool. Well, that's going to be it for my highlight, guys. There is a video on YouTube for the Season 3 Zombies trailer. I highly recommend you guys watch it. It's cool. It just kind of shows you, like, people fighting in the map, some cool music, people doing cool things. It doesn't really spoil too much, but I will be looking for the additional stats for Double Tap because I don't want to just know what the augments are. I want to know what it does as a flat rate improvement on its own. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the content and the breakdown, and we will look forward to April 2nd where we'll see you and play this map more.